What if I could tell you that with NotebookLM we can stop creating presentations like these ones and start creating presentations like these other ones? I know, they are insane. These presentations can not only be created in minutes, but also they are editable and we can remove the watermark. But before starting, first I want to show you the results. So for example, I created a template for you to make presentations for childs. These, as you can see, have fancy models, a really cool aesthetic for them, and it explains the presentations in a really cool way. And no, I didn't create this presentation by editing each page individually. I generate it with a single prompt. Here there's another style, for example, if you want a little bit more modern one. And the good of it is that we don't have to stick to that style. We can change it, for example, to this one, where the representations of what we are talking about are made with quartz models. And as I said, with one single prompt. A more gaming presentation if we want it, like this one. Or even a more sporty one, like this other one. So to make these 6 presentations, we're gonna divide all this process in just 3 steps. In the first step, we're gonna be uploading our sources. So for this, we're gonna search for the tool NotebookLM, and we're gonna click on the first link. We press try NotebookLM, and we can create a new notebook. When we create this notebook, the app itself is gonna be asking us for some sources. The resources that we upload here are the ones on which the presentation will be based. So it's pretty important that we upload the correct ones. Obviously, we can use the tools that the platform offers itself, like the fast research for great or quick results and the deep research. These tools, what are gonna be doing is to search on the web or the top blog and posts that are on the internet. The problem with this is that we don't have that much control of the information that will be generated on the presentation. If instead of that we upload a file that we have read, we will have more control on what the presentation is talking about. This of course depends on you and the goal you're trying to achieve. In my case, I choose to upload my own files just to make sure that the quality is excellent. Alright, now we're gonna go for the second step. For this one, we're gonna go directly to Pinterest. And I know what you must be thinking. Why we're going to Pinterest? Pinterest is a visual search engine that will facilitate our inspiration and our creativity. Basically, we're gonna do what genius do, and that is copy. So for this, what we're gonna be doing inside Pinterest is to use the search option on the top below on the platform. And here what we're gonna be searching for is presentations design. And as you can see here, this is one of the designs that I have shown you inside NotebookLM. But let's gonna search for a new one. So for that, we're gonna be scrolling and searching a little bit for inspiration, and all those styles that we liked, we can press on save. For example, so far, one of the aesthetics that I've liked is this drawing style. So maybe we can search for it and see what Pinterest showed to us. So for example, I like this style. So now what we're gonna be doing is to take this image, copy it, and go to our favorite artificial intelligence. In my case, I'm gonna go to Gemini, I'm gonna paste this style, and if we can take a few more reference photos, perfect. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. So what we're going to send to the AI is this prompt right here. So we copy it, we paste it, you will have all the information down below in the description, so you can check it out. And we send it. So after a while, this is the result. The artificial intelligence is telling us here is a stylistic and aesthetic analysis of the provided images. It will give us the medium and technique, primary medium, traditional drawing, likely executed with a graphite pencil, technical pen or blah blah blah, aesthetics and movement, the color palette, which is quite important, the lighting, the texture and the stroke, the composition and the cameras. So as you can see, this prompt is gonna be extracting all the sense from those images. And first of all, we're gonna be copying this exact prompt, which tells us that this prompt is designed for a presentation with marble figures and purple lighting. I just want to change the aesthetics. And basically, inside these cloudators, we're gonna be pasting the art style of the images that we have analyzed. Now I'm gonna paste the template of reference that is gonna be using this prompt to modify it and give me this new aesthetic. Don't worry, as I said, in the description you will have a document where you will see it more easily. So I'm gonna paste it right here and I'm gonna send it. And with this done, what we have to do is just wait for it. This has been the technique that I've used to create these type of presentations. But on the internet, I've seen different ones. I've seen that people who upload sources, which are named, for example, as designed.png, and when it's generating the presentation through NotebookLM, here on the description, asks to NotebookLM to generate the presentation with the aesthetic of the document named as designed.png. This is an option that I've tried. It's true that with simple aesthetics it works pretty good, but in my opinion the best aesthetic results that I've earned has been through this process. Here we have the presentation, all the prompt. As you can see, it's a large prompt, so leave a like. So what I'm gonna do now is to copy this prompt that Gemini has given to us, and we're gonna go to Notebook. Now we're gonna check the studio window, and on here, on slide check, we're gonna press this arrow. And as you can see, here we have the settings of the presentation. We can change the language, in my case English is good. We can change the length, we're gonna be leaving it as default for now. And we have the format. First of all, we have a detailed deck, which is gonna be giving us a lot of details of what we're talking about, which is gonna be perfect to send it to another person and that the other person can understand it independently. But if we're looking for a more clean presentation, we already know what we're gonna be talking about. We don't need all that information. We're not gonna share that presentation with anybody. We can use the presenter slides. In my case, the detailed deck is pretty cool, and I'm gonna paste the prompt. Now I'm gonna press generate, and the truth about this process is that NotebookLM right now, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to generate the presentation. So right now, we're just gonna wait. So while NotebookLM is generating our presentation, I wanted to talk about the existence of other tools. So for example, there is Gamma AI. This is not a sponsor, okay, but the last time I used it, it did pretty well, and has been updating since then, so it's so probable that it has really good results. Of course, these tools are free, and of course there are a bunch of other tools that can generate presentations. And one of the cool things that Gamma AI has is that you can edit every single thing that is on your presentation, something that with NotebookLM we can do, but not this easily. Well, so it seems that the presentation has already been generated, so let's gonna check the results. I'm gonna press it and let's see, and there it goes. The tool has literally done what we asked for, so with the same aesthetic, same tools. It's pretty good, I say, and the representations are really good, so nice. Of course, the result of the presentation depends a lot on the sources that you have chosen from Pinterest. So in my case, this style is literally, it's a style that uses NotebookLM to generate each presentations very often. So I think we could improve this by adding colors, for example, vibrant colors, changing the font of the presentation, and all this we can do it in the same Gemini chat or ChatGPT chat, Cloud chat, whatever tool we used. We can do it right there, okay? Just we comment it, we ask the tool to do these modifications to the prompt, that's it. But now there's a third step, and this one is how we remove the NotebookLM watermark that we have down below. Alright, we have 3 options for this. First of all, we can go to settings, we can press manage subscription, change membership plan, and I think that with Google AI Ultra you won't have this problem. But of course this is not the greatest solution, okay? So first of all, what we're gonna do is to press on the presentation, click on it, we can click on any slide of it, and as you can see here we have the button revise. With this we can change some things inside the slides. So if we ask, for example, to take this eagle, put a T-Rex, is gonna be doing it with the same aesthetic, okay? Just for you to be aware of that, okay? But let's suppose that we are done with this presentation. I recommend you to download it on PPTX, so basically PowerPoint. We press save, and what we're gonna be doing is to upload it on Drive and edit it. So what we're gonna be doing now inside here. Okay, we can make 2 things on here, okay? We can take the presentation, make a little bit of zoom on the image, and there it goes. If I press slideshow, I've done a little bit of zoom, NotebookLM watermark is no longer visible. But let's suppose that we want to be a little bit more professional. What we're gonna be doing is to press on the image, and we're gonna be having this option right here with this pencil. We're gonna press on it, and we're gonna ask the artificial intelligence to remove the bottom right notebook watermark, okay? So basically we send it, as you can see, it has changed a little bit our image. This is totally normal, and if we take this image and upload it on the center of the slide, it's gonna replace the image that we have before. So what's the problem with this image? The problem with this image is the quality, okay? So as you can see, it's not as good as the original one. Well, look it on the text, okay? This is the original one and this is the new one. As you can see, there is a different quality. So what do I recommend you to do? I recommend you to take this image, upload it outside of the image so that we don't replace it, Now we take the zoom, we make it as bigger as the other image, and now we crop it. We do double click on the image, and we're gonna be having this option right here, these lines, these black lines, and we're gonna be selecting the top left corner, we're gonna move it down, and we're gonna press enter. And as you can see, right now, there is not any difference of quality, okay? If I move this image right on top, for example, we're gonna be seeing that there is the NotebookLM watermark. But with this little trick, as you can see, we don't have any problem by deleting the watermark. The second option that we have to remove the watermark is to go to a NotebookLM watermark remover. We're gonna go to the first one, okay, we're gonna select the file, we're gonna go to pptx remover, and there we go, we upload the file, and we press save remove watermark. Which is the problem with this kind of tools? The problem with this kind of tools is that they're not gonna be having that clean aesthetic that we want. Okay, so for example, in this presentation, it hasn't been able to copy the lighting from the border. So it's pretty visible that there is clearly a difference, okay? In this case, we can't really see it, but if we advance, for example, in this other slide, we see that the grid is not following on the bottom right corner. Here, for example, is too visible here that we had the image. If we have a really basic presentation, this can be a good solution. But if we want a more professional result, this might not be enough. So well, the presentation it's done. If you're interested on learning more artificial intelligence, you have down below in the description my AI ebook, the artificial intelligence classes for beginners. So check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a good day.